Kenny, you know what else we got going on? Tiffany Stratton, man. She says, I'm sorry. She says, it didn't mean, to be that way. But I want to tell you exactly what she said right here. I got the article. Let me see if I can pull it up. And then we're going to have to talk about this because this is going to directly affect what's going to happen at Money in the Bank. Everybody's thinking right now that Tiffany has this, for lack of a better word, in the bank, but does she? So this is obviously the situation, the controversial Instagram post ahead of WWE. So what she say about it? She said, I didn't hear the audio. I had it up for maybe 20 seconds, and then I deleted it as soon as I heard the audio. It was an honest mistake.
For context, do you have the audio? So the people can hear if you didn't hear it.
One sec. Okay, Kenny, I got the video right here. Let's check it out. Okay, everybody ready?
Ready.
So you guys couldn't hear it probably, but the people who needed to hear it just heard it. All right, so Kenny, yeah, after all of this, how do you feel? Do you think she's just, basically lying right now, trying to play coy, or what's going on with Tiffany?
You know what? I don't know what was going on in her mind when she posted this. Like, why did she think this will be okay for me to post? But
I got no clue.
She is definitely lying. Which, You know what? I'm not saying the woman's racist. I think maybe she just made a tasteless joke and she wasn't aware of how severe the situation would be, because she's saying, I didn't mean to do this. I didn't hear the audio. But kiddo, can you please show us that one more time? Because there's something that points out the fact that she's not telling us the truth.
All right, here we go. Everybody get ready for the ride. Jesus Christ. Anyways.
So what was the funny part about this? The funny part was the audio, and she has laughing emojis lined up on the top of the video. So you definitely heard what this thing was saying, but you thought it was okay to post. So I don't think it was an accident. I think she's trying to kind of like clean face right now, but you know what? I'm not like holding it against her saying this woman should be canceled, bury her to death. But you know what? Young woman, bad mistake. Let's get over it. But you meant to do it. So
get over it even at the Money in the Bank? Because Kenny, look at this. She doesn't only have one, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 emojis, basically laughing and crying.
Mm-hmm. So what else was so funny? Like me and Big On, we're watching it without the sound effects, and it just looks like her knocking Jade Cargill off with Bianca having a shocked face. Nothing funny about it. But when you hear that audio, it makes the video hilarious.
You're right.
And I think she has been paying for it because she was like going through the roof. What was that pay-per-view? Elimination Chamber. Remember that match? Like they put a big spotlight on her. And it seems like after that, she's just been cold. She's been cooling down. I mean, she's been doing her stuff with Nia Jax, but she definitely wasn't put in the spotlight like she was before. So I think they already punished her for it. And honestly, I think she's the perfect wrestler in this match to win the Money in the Bank, her or Chelsea Green. They have the characters that could win off with this. So I think it's going to be either one of them, but we'll know after this if, the heat is gone off Tiffany Stratton and she's all good now. But Big O, you're sitting down there chilling. I need to know what you think about this whole situation because we didn't even get your initial thoughts about it.
I mean, I think my initial thoughts are like any rational person's initial thoughts, which is like, it was really freaking stupid. And I think, look, there is a propensity in like society in general, right, to look at these things and kind of like immediately say like this person is like wholeheartedly like bad and all that kind of stuff. And like I tend in most situations, unless like they're extremely egregious, to give at least room for growth. Because again, a lot of times people make mistakes when they're young. Right. I don't think social media helps at all. I think one of the biggest like rots of our society is like Twitter, like TikTok, Instagram, all of it. Like all of it. Like it's all honestly like it's kind of cooked people's brains and the way we think into being like just very like instantaneous. Like we want that reaction. We want like that satisfaction now, and like we immediately just like look at these weird sound effects. We don't really think about them. We don't think about what they mean. We don't think about like what we're posting out. And as someone who does this for a living, like it is my job to think about things before I post them on social media or send them out in a press release, right? So for me, I'm always like on high alert, and I understand how others could not be. At the same time, I mean, this is just honestly one of those things where she's got to own it. And I'm not saying own it in like the bag away.
Hold on a second.
I'm saying own it in the I did it. It was a mistake. It was stupid. And here's how I'm going to move forward. And it's one of those things where like words only go so far. Like Kenny said, it's got to prove it by like your actions moving forward, right? Yeah. Like, and I think like the thing is like Tiffany's going to be under a bit of a microscope for a while here. And, you know, again, it is what I call like paying the stupid tax. But at the same time, you know, this is not like a call for like cancel Tiffany Stratton. She's a racist. I don't know what her political, social beliefs are. I'm not even going to get into that conversation because I don't know. But, you know, if I don't know, I'm going to lend that person, you know, at least a little bit of you know, not credibility, but like I'm going to lend them not like a little bit of space. But
give them some
again,
rope, see if they hang themselves with it.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But I mean, it. Like last thought, I just again like want to stress to people, social media, it's fun. You're on it right now, and this is great. Never get off of YouTube. Hello. By the way, YouTube's great. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that jazz. But like seriously, like if you're like always think about what you're gonna post next. Like that is one of the lessons here. And if it's something that you actively cringe at when you're about to hit that send button, probably a good idea not to send it.
Yeah. And you know what, Big Ohm, I can really speak to that because sometimes I'll see some of these ladies looking kind of fine on Twitter and I'll post it and Big Ohm's like, whoa. And I'm like, I probably should take that down. So yes, Big Ohm does catch me.
Take that down. Phrasing, Kenny Bomb, phrasing. Yeah. Look, she was on a run of a lifetime. She was promised, well, the promised land. She had everything. And like you said, Omer, I think she's paying the stupid tax. You had everything lined up. Just keep your, you know, mouth shut on Twitter. On Twitter. You don't have to do anything. You were already doing exactly what you needed to do. This is just extra stuff that you did by yourself, by the way. She doesn't have a PR team. No, this was her. And I think rightfully so. I think she paid the price for it. I think if she got completely canceled and I don't know, fired or like really, really heavily punished for this, then maybe we could have a conversation. But I think what they did so far was appropriate. How will this affect her with the money in the bank, though? When I look at the landscape, I just don't see anybody else right now that's positioned well enough, even after everything that has happened to Tiffany Stratton, to win that thing more than Tiffany. So I think this was a bit of a roadblock that she, I think, now successfully jumped over. And from now on, if she just does what he does best, which is to wrestle and just focus on that, because you're an entertainer, right? All you have to focus on is that. And nothing else. So just, yeah, I think she'll be fine as well. Money in the bank, Miss Tiffy in the bank. I think it's going to be a reality. If not, though, we might as well go ahead and get her a casket, basically.
Amen. I'm just going to say this. If you're watching this and Tiffany Stratton is Miss Money in the Bank, that's great. But if you're watching this and she's not, all rise for the era of Chelsea Green.
Yes.